As Paige's mom, I just can't express how much joy she has brought to my life. From the day she was born, she just always wanted to be practically attached at my hip. I remember having a little strap-on that I had to put her in because she never wanted me to put her down. If I wanted to go grocery shopping or clean house or anything like that, as long as she was in that strap-on, she was happy. The minute I put her down, she was not. And that, I think, started the strong bond that we have, which continues today. In addition to being my daughter, she's my best friend.
How are you feeling? What's going through your mind right now?
Great, just excited. Yeah, ready for everything to be all together.
I remember Paige telling me that Disney was having auditions in Nashville and she was going to go audition. I was excited for her, but didn't really know what to expect. And then she got the call offering her a job. And at 18 years old, told me that she'd accepted it and was going to move down to Florida, to Orlando. I'm sorry, she may have been 19. I just remember being so excited for her and terrified all at the same time. Paige can be a little bit of a procrastinator, and she did not pack up her belongings until the night before she left. She packed up everything in garbage bags. We put everything in her car, and I drove down with her to Orlando to help her find an apartment and get settled. We spent several days looking, found an apartment, and I'll never forget the day I left to come back. Leaving my daughter in an empty apartment with nothing but a few bags of clothes, a TV, and a futon that her brother brought her. I was terrified. But I look to where she is today and the things she's accomplished. She's traveled the world with Disney. She's been to Asia, she's been to Europe, and most every state in the United States, bringing such joy to so many people. And I'm so proud of her, so proud of her talent, so proud of her drive and determination and ambition.
Nervous, excited, happy.
My mother is more nervous than I am. I'm more nervous.
Everything to go with it.
This is Mary. I'm Heather's mom. Not sure exactly what I'm going to say other than Heather and Paige, I want to wish you the world of love and happiness and understanding each other, because that's what it's all about. Heather, when you were little, you were so cute. You were so tiny. I remember taking you to the doctors over and over when having your checkups, and they would take bets on when you were going to hit 20 pounds. You didn't hit 20 pounds until you were almost 3. And then you just blossomed from there. You grew into the most wonderful person in the world. You and Paige have both brought so much happiness to so many thousands of people through Disney. And now it's time to bring that kind of happiness to each other. Your love for each other should grow stronger every single day. Always love each other, respect each other, and realize that you have to understand each other's differences and know that those differences are what make you special and make you you. I love you girls with all my heart, and I wish you all the very best. Many, many, many years of happiness, love, and health.
We're already smiling and laughing. This is good.
Sorry, my hands are freezing.
You're good. Make big smiles, please. You guys are awesome to work with. These are great. Okay, look in towards the bride. Look over your shoulder towards somebody. Pick someone. There you go. Good job.
Heather and Paige. Where to even begin? They are truly a match made in heaven. I mean, Heather and I have been through the best of times, the worst of times. And one of my favorite stories that I remember and will always tell is Heather and I truly bonded the day that she realized that Paige would be the one. She didn't know it yet, but we decided to go to Miller's Ale House and have a good old time and do some cartwheels. And get a tattoo that was hashtag Team Raleigh.
Trying to puff my boots so you can see it, Heather.
Heather, I love the laugh. That's good. Everyone looking towards Heather. There you go. Good job, James. You're good?
I'm good, yeah.
Hashtag Team Raleigh. It all started about 3 years ago, and it still will live on. They are truly a match made in heaven. I mean, Paige, the way that they look at each other, the way they did everything together, it's just really neat to find a couple that connected with, in the happiest place on earth, and they kept on going.
So my name is Becky, and Paige and I met on tour with Disney Live in 2014. We were roommates, and she was the best roommate I could have hoped for. We got along super well right away, and it was really comforting to have someone on tour that felt like we were old friends. So I got to meet Heather via Skype for the first time when they would talk while Paige was on the road. And then I remember when Heather came up to visit Paige Valentine's Day weekend, and she was going to propose, and Heather had sent me a message ahead of time to let me know, and I just remember being so excited to be part of that magic and the beginning of this chapter of their lives together. And yeah, I just can't think of two more beautiful, warm-hearted, kind people, and I know that their life will be filled with love and joy and just warmth for them, and I wish them all the happiness in the world.
Paige is just such an inspiration to everyone. She smiles at anybody. She's the kindest soul you'd ever meet. She can make you laugh, and Harry Potter to her is, everyone's fantasy. And she can bring the magic alive. And in Heather, when times were rough, Paige truly was that magic that kept her alive. And at the end of the day, all I can say about the two of them is gitchy gitchy goo means that I love you. I love you, Heather and Paige. Congratulations, and I can't wait for the many years to come.
As we gather to share this most important moment in their lives, let us surround them with our love and best wishes for them as they join together in the vows of marriage.
You're my racing heartbeat. I've been down to get out for so long, and you're the last thing left here, but you're not in my rearview mirror. 'Cause I finally got you to say yes and let go. Don't worry, I'll pull you close and tight and hold you till you're deep inside my world. 'Cause I'm leaving town tonight, and baby, I made up my mind, I'm yours. So when I go,
Having witnessed your vows of marriage before all who have gathered here today, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Florida, I now declare you united as one, in life, in love, and in happiness. And it is my honor and my pleasure that I now pronounce you to be married. Please share your happiness now with a kiss.
Congratulations, I'm so very excited for the two of you. I know today is going to be super great, and I'm beyond happy to have been a part of today. You guys are two of my closest friends out here in Orlando, and I'm so thankful that I met you guys.
Dance has been Paige's passion since she was a very young girl. I remember a friend inviting me to go to her daughter's dance recital when Paige was 2, almost 3. And I remember thinking, there's no way that this 2-year-old is going to sit through a dance recital. But my friend really wanted us to come, so I took her. She sat so intently watching the recital. The only time she cried was when the show stopped for halftime, her intermission, because she didn't want it to stop. So shortly after that, when she started dance classes, about a month before she turned 3, and the rest is history. She's danced all her life. It's been her passion, and it brings me such joy.
Blinded, you and me will shine right through it all. Yeah, when the skies are dark and doubtful, when the signs are hard to follow, I'll be here with you to make the call. Oh, through it all, through it all. I'm taking all I need, a little you, a little me, singing whoa, oh, oh, oh. Another year will come and pass, but you and me will make it last, singing whoa, oh, oh, oh. We're together now, whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm taking all I need, a little you, a little me, singing.
Hey everybody! How you guys doing? What a beautiful ceremony. Can I start off by saying that? Let's give it up for Heather and Paige. So my name's Stephanie. I'm the best man, the best woman, as I've been saying. And I met Heather back in 2008. We were doing Star Wars weekends together. Yeah, Star Wars weekends. And Heather would pick me up every morning after I got out of makeup and drive me to my set location. And that's when we first started to become friends. We would talk, we would hang out, and at the cast parties that we had every Sunday, we always would hang out there. But that's not the story that I would like to tell today. The story I would like to tell is when I knew Heather was really going to be a true lifelong friend of mine. So I also happened to be working an office job back then, and one day we had an office happy hour party to celebrate that we had a great quarter. And it was on iDrive at Hell at the Moon, and I had a little bit too much to drink, as you do. And I wasn't able to really drive home just yet, and I had been texting Heather, and Heather was like, Steph, let me come pick you up. I don't want you to drive. And I was like, no, don't drive out here. I'm fine, whatever. Next thing I know, Heather pulls up in her car right next to me where I'm sitting. She's like, let me take you home, please. I said, no, absolutely not. So instead, she's like, all right, let's go. And so we walked up and down iDrive for, I kid you not, 2 hours that night. Just so that she could be with me and I wasn't alone while I had, had a little too much to drink. And it was, I kid you not, the guy driving the cart, you know how they pick you up in the cart with the bicycle, drove past us like probably 15 times, was like, do you want a ride yet? And we were like, no. Do you want a ride yet? No. But that was the night that I knew not just anybody would do that for me. That was the night that I knew that Heather was one of the best friends that I was ever going to have in my life, because who does that? Heather does. So throughout my whole life, since I've met you, since 2008, Heather has been such a rock in my life. She has been there for me through the best of times and through the worst of times on both our ends. But it wasn't until Paige came into the picture that I really saw Heather start to spread her wings and turn into the beautiful butterfly that she really is. Paige came into the picture, and I just never saw Heather so happy. Heather pulled me aside one day at the base, and she was like, Steph, like, this girl that I'm dating, man, she's just wonderful. I've never met anyone like her. She had nothing but wonderful things to say about you, and I was always just so excited to meet you. And you really, it's been so great because you guys complement each other so well. Heather, Paige, you got Heather to go to Paris.
She goes, yep. Paige, you've been so, Heather has her things that she likes. Heather has introduced Under Armour to you. To everyone, in case you guys haven't seen, the groomsmen have this Protect This House shirt on. We'll show you guys later. It's awesome. She's introduced you to Under Armour, to Jeeps, to Amy Lee, to Mickey Mouse. If you guys haven't seen, we've got Mickey Mouse cookies up here, which is, that's the only man Heather said she would ever marry. And it's been great because, Paige, you've introduced her to Harry Potter and coffee and traveling. And you both share this love of cats, and you just have this wonderful, wonderful, thing that you've done for each other. So, like I said, Heather's always been my rock, and you have brought out her wings. So, with that said, let's raise a toast, shall we? Let's raise our glasses. I can't raise mine because I have it written down here what I want to say. So here's to both of you being the rock in each other's lives to keep you both grounded, but also never losing sight of the wings to make you soar, to explore new places, try new things, and to make an adventure out of every single day together. Love you guys.
Hey, well, my name is Lindsay, and I am the maid of honor. And forgive me, because I can't follow that. That was awesome. But I've never been a part of a wedding before, and definitely not the maid of honor. But I'm so glad that I am Paige's maid of honor. That is, I can't think of anyone else better than Paige. But anyway, so Paige and I met in 6th grade in 2003 or so, and we had every single class together, and we took gym, and we even had the same coach, and there's 3 different coaches or whatever. Anyway, I used to be, and still am, a really awkward person, but even more so back then. And I had her to bring me out of my shell. She befriended me, and I don't know what I would have done or who I would have become without her. She is the best person in the entire world, and she deserves so much. And Heather, I've only met you a few times, but you are y'all are perfect for each other. I'm so happy for both of you. But just a few memories to share. Paige and I, and then one of our other friends, we used to take annual trips to Cool Springs for Christmas and just shop all the time, and her mom would take us, and I would spend the night at her house and get really sick, and then I would feel really bad because Paige's like, is it me? But it's not her, it's just me. But yeah, and then we listened to Evanescence on your back porch. So she knew Amy Lee before you, but yeah. But yeah, I don't know, I didn't know Starbucks until Paige. Her family is the greatest, your family is the greatest. I don't know. I had everything written down and I'm losing it now, but yeah. I was really afraid that once she moved to Orlando that I was never gonna keep in touch with her anymore, and that's not the case. So I'm really happy about that. Every time I see her, I'm sorry, I'm crying, I'm emotional. Every time I see her, it's she didn't move hundreds of miles away, so it's really awesome. But yeah, here's to Heather and Paige for a long life together. You guys.
torso up a little bit more, and let's kind of lay this down a little bit more to the side just so we can see your shirt. Yeah. So we're gonna do a shirt one. Now the same thing that we were just kind of doing. Everyone's real close together. Oh, you're good actually. Really good. Nice smiles, ladies. And one more time with the big laugh. This is the best fake laughs I've ever seen.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, oh my god.
Good job, guys. That was great.
Yeah. It was okay. And then, so Helen had brought up, maybe she's going to put this on Facebook. I didn't talk about the time that you told my mom that I had an arrest warrant out, but I did tell that's why, like, we were in the car. So now I feel
What story should you not want like public to know? Right. 1, 2. I think usually.
I mean, this should be the outtakes right here.
That's actually what I'm doing. I'm letting it This will be the first video of mine.
Should I just go?
Keep it.
First, check my teeth. Just a pregame ritual. Hey, Heather and Paige. We're so happy to be here with you on your big day, celebrating you and representing the Solar Bear Solar Base with our choreographer Thomas and our fan. But we love you, and the captains are representing the whole team. So we all love you, and we wish you the best on everything. Congratulations! Congrats! Kawaii!